Now for the mapping of data on these tiles in the page, what we'll do is we'll go to the Visual Studio Code. Over here you see that app.tsx file is there and tile component is mentioned as an HTML attribute. Through this, it is rendered on the page. Now to dynamically map the data, you will first have to understand the concept of props. You will notice when I go to tile.tsx and when we created the new React component, props was mentioned over here. What is props? Props are arguments that can be passed to this particular React component. If you create a new component, you will have the facility of passing some values to this particular component through this HTML attribute over here. So this is the role of props in the application, that it will be helpful for the React component to accept the values from the parent component where it is being rendered through HTML tag. So let's practically understand how props work. Over here, props would be defined. I'll just give type as string, then value as string, and then info. So these are the three arguments that I want this particular component to accept: value and info. Now, how I can use these? I can simply bind this prop to this particular h2 tag. Okay, I mistakenly removed the type prop over here. Now I've added it. So for the h2, rather than giving a static value, I am utilizing the type prop over here. Let's do the same for this value and for this particular info tag as well. I'm simply using info prop. So what the tile component is saying is that I will be accepting these particular props, and when I am rendered, I'll be utilizing them to show on the page through HTML tags. I'll save it, and now if I go to app.tsx, it should show an error. It is showing. Why? Because these properties are missing from the tile tag over here. So I will have to pass some value. So let's give the value which I had mentioned earlier. And then there was info. Let's give some info detail, some random text I'm giving over here, and we'll do the same for all of the tile component tags. I am simply saving it. So now what should happen? These values are showing from the props now. Earlier we had it available in the tile component, but now I am able to dynamically pass the data from one component to another through the help of props. And props are helpful for performing a type check as well. If I just simply mention number over here and we check on this particular component, we are able to see that we get a message that string is not assignable to type number. So this is the usage of props in the React application, and after this we'll be passing the data from this particular response through the help of props to tile component.